It's the time for the package from China. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at Street Fighter Edition, the Street of Rage number 2. I'm a big fan of Street of Rage number 2, my favorite game of the series, just number 2. Let me know in the comments what is your favorite Street of Rage, but this thing is not original because this is the Street Fighter Edition, so we can play with Ken, Ryu, Dhalsim and Guile. Pretty cool, and I wanted to review this thing for a very long time, so I picked one up. Sadly, they have sent me the cheap version with a horrible shell. It's always more like the question, what are we going to get? But our friends from China, let's see if they disappoint me, if this device works, and of course, let's play and let's talk about it. So when it comes to these Street of Rage 2 hack games, and I did notice that it's more like a question of what are we going to get when powering on the device. Some did change it out, the font, or even give the Mr. X logo or decal completely different color. But this time they didn't change anything out. It would be cool to have more like a Mr. Bison hat or something on his head. Well yeah, we can't have everything of course. So yeah guys, the title screen is the same story. 2017 a guy called Kratos made this modification. And I don't know what kind of version it is, or if it is the same with the full version. But in the end, when putting up, you can see we have the names, we have the characters. That looks very nice, but there are no decals. So I don't know, maybe they have used an older ROM file for this game. But okay, so let's take a close look at Ryu and let's see how it plays. The first thing I did notice that he did a very nice job when implementing all of the sprites with the character in the game. You can see that it looks very smooth, the combo system come out very easily, and we have all the special moves from the game. And I can already tell you, the character plays way faster than the original characters from the game. And everything looks very nice. You can see there are some minor things that the grabbing is not looking super good. But in general, I think he did a very nice job with this game. Alright, so in the next character we're going to take a close look at Ken. The moveset is very similar to Ryu, but it has still some different moves. Of course, it's Ken, so it's similar like in the original game. It's more like an obvious moment. But still, I think it's really fun to play with Ken and Ryu together with your buddy. As you can see, this move is completely new. There are some minor differences. The animation, he did a very nice job with this. And oh man, the speed of this game is super, really. It's more like Hyper Street of Rage 2. So far playing with Ken and Ryu, it's awesome and it's really fun. There's a lot of speed now in the game and the characters are slightly overpowered, but that doesn't spoil the fun. I hope in the future they will bring out an, let's say, an expanded characters playlist or a very big mod like the Syndicate Wars. But okay, so let's take a close look at the next character. When you're looking at Guile, he did a very amazing job with this character too. All the animation from the original game are here, and I'm guessing he used the sprites from the Street Fighter 2 Sega Mega Drive game. Nevertheless, everything like the grabbing move, the special moves, everything looks just amazing, and it's really big fun to play with this character. I have this feeling it plays slightly slower than Ken or Ryu, but it doesn't spoil the fun at all. So when you're looking at Dhalsim, Dhalsim is one of the slower characters when moving around or walking around. But you have this teleport mode that you go fast from A to B. That is something that's pretty cool. It's not really convenient simply because you are open to an attack. So there's more thinking that you're invincible whatsoever. But when you're looking at the walking speed, yeah, so it's more like a mixed bag with this guy. The moves itself are animated, or the sprites itself are very well done. Even with the grabbing move, everything looks amazing. All the moves are here, like Flame On, you name it, they have implemented this. In the end, it's pretty cool, it's a lot of fun, but against the ninja, yeah, it's very hard to play, simply because you are so freaking slow. Alright, so let's talk about the quality of the cartridges. I just wanted to put it in this video to show you guys what are the differences. So let's talk about the cartridge itself. So I already mentioned that we're having quite some different versions out there. But the two common versions are this, the 16-bit cheap shell, and why I hate it. Because you can crack it open like this very easily, and when you accidentally drop it, the same will happen. So that is why I think it's really horrible. The other one, and this is the better quality one, as you can see over here, not the glossy label, this is more depending what the seller is giving you. But this thing is way better plastic, way thicker than this. This is very cheap and very fragile, and this is more like the hard plastic. And I really like it with the screws that hold the shells together. But let's also talk about the PCBs, because this is an even more important, yeah, let's say, comparison. But if you're looking at this version over here, you can see that it's made part of just basic plastic to put it in the shell, compared with the other version. And there are basically, when putting it in the shell itself, you can see both will fit. That will not be an issue whatsoever. So it's more like what they want to sell you. And what I think it's just a big bummer compared with all the cheap versions. Yes, always when I want to make a video and doesn't fit in. It fits in very tight, let's put it this way, and these things also fit in way better. As you can see over here, I need to squeeze this thing in, and this thing just falls in perfectly, and when you close it, it will sit way better and sit very tight. I just want to say it, and as you can see, it still have some movement, and that will happen with the cheap shells. So there are but a lot of differences. So if you want to have these things for collectible reasons, I think you need to make sure that you're going to get the better PCB. And I can already tell you, when you look it up, most of the time when you're going to get a cartridge for, let's say, $5–6, you will end up with this. And when you're looking at the chip itself, some of them will fall off. I know in the beginning era of these cartridges we had a lot of issues with these things. And it is not over yet. And as you can see over here, this looks way better, high quality PCB, and these games go around, let's say, $10 up to $15. So that's something you need to decide, and some of the sellers don't even have the higher qualities. Alright, so this is what you're going to get with the Street of Rage number 2, the Street Fighter edition. So in overall, I think this thing is more like an incomplete version. I'm guessing that they are using an old ROM or more like a beta version. Nevertheless, it was still playable, and as you can see, all the characters have different moves. And I think it's a lot of fun to play with Ryu and Ken. It's a completely overkill sometimes, but it's a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Consider subscribing, we have a lot of stuff coming up. Hit the little bell, and we'll see you in the next video.